Show them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. I said, in this parade, please wave your grades at the brave who fight for you. If you don't gain, they fight in vain. Show them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. You make this parade a mere charade if you're marching just for fun. Our troops must feel your thanks for real before the marching is done. They know side by side you can match their stride to the drum beat and the brass, but they're not impressed with you unless you can match their stride in class. This may not sound too diplomatic, but I cannot be more emphatic as I tell you, it's problematic when you do less than your best, especially when it's because you put your brilliance on pause for the mere peer applause it draws from a so-called friend doing less. Quit playing, I'm saying, you know that you are great, and we know it, so show it. Don't make our heroes wait. In this parade, please wave your grades at the brave who fight for you. If you don't gain, they fight in vain. Show them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. For those of you who already do the things that make us proud, your nation in appreciation says thanks to you out loud. Your schoolmates should imitate the way you tap your potential. Let me try to convince them why their effort is essential. Our men and women in uniform, before, during, and after Desert Storm, always perform above the norm, anywhere and everywhere on the planet. They need to follow our heroes' lead, but they cannot lead if they cannot read. Allow me, please, to plant this seed. Don't take freedom for granted. I'm serious, I'm furious to see U.S. schools behind. Remove the clatter, it's just a matter of our making up our minds. In this parade, please wave your grades at the brave who fight for you. If you don't gain, they fight in vain. Show them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. We believe in you, warriors, protect you to do what you must to rise. Please do your part. Please start before another warrior dies. In this parade, please wave your grades at the brave who fight for you. If you don't gain, they fight in vain. Show them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. They sacrifice for you. Show them what you can do. Please show them what you can do. Please.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wave Your Grades on KUAW.org, the academic patriotism program that is dedicated to veterans and serious secondary scholars. I am your announcer, DeQuay Wilson. Carl Boyd is not with us this afternoon. We want to keep him in our prayers for a speedy recovery. He is doing fine, but he has tested positive for COVID, so he is doing what is best for himself, and everyone around is quarantining. In studio, we have Diane Charity, and she has brought with her a veteran whom she will introduce. And we also have with us on First Saturday, Ms. Paris Holly with the Smart Club. We should have some students possibly join us here shortly. So I am going to turn the mic over to Diane. She's going to introduce herself, tell us a little bit about herself, and introduce her guest to us. And we will go from there. Diane.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be with you all, and I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Diane Charity. Charity like in faith and hope. They call me Mama Di at an organization I'm going to tell you a little bit about, but just to let you know that I'm going to also proudly introduce one of my neighbors who is also a veteran, Miss Adrisi Dace. Now, as far as it relates to me, I am a co-founder and board secretary for Students for Boots, which is Mr. Boyd's organization. Well, I'm not a co-founder there, but I am a co-founder for KC Tenants. and it's a citywide organization that is are advocates for tenants' rights. I'm also on the board of Crossroads Academy Charter School and several others, and all those boards that I'm on and associations that I'm with give me a privilege and a fun time to be able to introduce you all to Adrisi, who, when I got to talking to her and found out that she and I are both veterans, I was in the Army Reserves as a military police officer, but I want Adrisi, please, to introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon. I'm kind of lost with time. Thank you, Ms. Diane, for inviting
Yes.
me out. Hello to everyone. As she mentioned, my name is Adrisi Dace. Some people call me Adrice for short. I am also now a veteran. I was a reservist with the United States Air Force Reserves. Actually, my term of enlistment just turned last July. Uh, Puts me at about 26 years of service.
Wow.
What I do, in addition to that, when I was doing it together, I'm also a real estate agent servicing the Kansas City area and surrounding markets. So, work with buyers and sellers, investors, as well as my veterans.
And Adrisi and I have lived in the same neighborhood for about 10 years now.
Mhm.
And so when I first met her, she had a son that was like about 6 or 7 years old, the sweetest kid. Now he's in college, of all things. I got to get used to that kind of stuff. But to watch him grow and watch Adrisi, who's an awesome mom, to see that development, like my development with my own son, Michael, that to see that carry on, that's what we're about. And Adrisi doesn't know until just this minute, I admire her so much. Y'all just don't know. No doubt about it. No doubt. Are we going to have our guest on? And
So Paris is on, she's with us. Paris, would you like to introduce yourself?
yes.
Hello, my name is Paris Holly. I'm with the Smart Money Career Club. We should have some students joining us here soon. I'm part of the Parliamentary Club, engineer by trade, student, parent, and all the above.
All right.
So I look forward to being able to speak to you all and have some dialogue.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Hey, I was going to ask you, Paris, where did you go to high school and college?
I went to high school in Denver, Colorado at George Washington High School, and then I went to college out here. I'm still a student at UMKC at the moment.
Oh,
Oh,
awesome. Okay.
great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Paris, would you like to share what it is you're studying and what you do for this with the Smart Club?
So I'm studying civil engineering, and then for Smart Money, I'm a mentor. So we do a lot of work-based mentoring. We do our violence prevention projects. We have our Smart Money news and reviews because our radio show will be picking back up soon. Um, I just do a little bit of everything, wherever they need me, I pretty much will fall in place.
That sounds like me. A little bit of everything. You name it, I do it. Just keeping
Yeah,
that community.
multi-talented.
Yes, yes, we got to share what we know and share our talents and our treasures. We don't have a whole lot of treasure, then we have a whole lot of talent. So that's what I'm good
Yeah.
at, the talent part. That's
Look, it's okay. We all fit in and we do our part.
amen, amen. That's what we're there for. Yes, ma'am. So, and your students will be coming on later, I hear you say, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
They they're texting in the group right now. Some of them are just getting off of work and
Oh,
everything.
I understand. I understand. Well, during this time, I might as well go ahead and tell you about how I got into the Army. 40 years ago. And for those of you all that can see my jacket, it's older than my son, who is 46 years old. But I proudly wear my jacket, even to this day, my Army jacket, because it reminds me of the time that I did join in 1971 or 72, something like that. I was in the reserves for 7 years, like I said, as a military police officer. And these recruiters had come to the Social Security Department and had recruited a bunch of us, women. They needed women and they needed black folks in the Army at that time. And this was
I don't
toward,
mean to interrupt you, but did
yes.
you go to Vietnam?
No, it was during the as Vietnam was fading out. So we were here in town, well, here in town in Kansas City, but we did travel around the United States at different places, where we were stationed for 2 weeks. The neat thing about that, and I'm glad you asked, Paris, is that the money that I was paid was the same amount of money that I owed for rent at that time. $76 a month. So I figured, oh wow, $76 I can pay my rent with my money, and then I was also working, so I had a little extra. So that's how kind of those kind of things kind of connected for me. But as a MP, and we went to basic training, by the way, but our basic training was for only for 2 weeks. We went to Anniston, Alabama, and that was the first time I ever saw a Ku Klux Klan meeting sign in a yard to say that they were meeting that night. I was scared to death. Okay.
I
Yeah.
want to jump in real quick just to bring
Sure.
attention that Miss Heaven Hart has joined us. Heaven, would you like to introduce yourself to? We've got Diane, of course, you know Miss Paris, and we have Miss Adrisi Dacey.
Dace.
Dace
Dace
with
like
us.
face.
We have Miss Adrisi Dace with us. Would you like to introduce yourself to the ladies and tell us a little bit about you and your connection to the Smart Career Club?
Um, Hello, yes, my name is Heaven Hart. I've been with the Smart Career Club for as long as I can remember. I'd probably say since middle school, since I was like 13, somewhere around there. I've done a lot of activities and event planning and things. Smart parliamentary. A little bit about me. I'm currently still a student at Drury University studying marketing. Um, yes. Hello?
Well, it looks like we're experiencing a little bit
Can
of
you hear me?
trouble with Miss Heaven, but we've also had a couple other students to join us as
Oh,
well. We've got Micah, and we also have, is it Riri? Maybe you guys would like to take turns in introducing yourself to the panel today.
And where they go to school?
Okay, my name is Micah Smith, and I go to school. I'll be a senior at De La Salle this year.
All right.
Um, and uh, yeah, yeah.
I've been to De La Salle. My daughter went there. She's 54, way long, many years ago. But it's good. I've been to De La Salle just here recently, doing some classes there. It's been since you weren't even there yet, Micah. Maybe 5, 6 years ago. It was awesome. I'm so impressed with that school. Thank you for being there and for doing a great job. And Riri.
Xavier has
What's
joined us
the
as well.
what is the question?
Your name, your school, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Rihanna Stewart, and I also go to De La Salle. I'm an upcoming senior, and
And you're a genius. Say it. I love it. That's good. What is your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Did she say math?
Math?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, like I
All
said,
right.
you're a genius.
That
Yeah.
that was my favorite. Even to
Was
this
it?
day, I love math.
Oh man.
It's something I'll sit with all day.
Math, it used
Numbers.
to be my favorite subject, but as I grew up, math got so much harder.
Yeah, I did. Me
But
too.
I wanna be an engineer, so I know
Yeah.
You got to
uh
do the math.
I gotta excel in math.
Yeah.
But my favorite subject is science. That's my favorite subject
That'll
now.
be my second.
That was my
You know, you could do some physicsy type stuff, and it'll keep you still very much involved with that, and still be an engineer.
Hmm.
Okay, I
Wow.
did not know that. Thank you for that.
Good to know. Good to know. And wasn't there
So we have
Xavier?
got Xavier. Xavier,
Okay.
introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about what school you go to, what grade you're in, maybe some of your ambitions.
Yes, ma'am. My name's Xavier Sidney. I'm going to be going into Lee Summit North High School. I'm going
Okay.
to be an upcoming freshman. Um, sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm here celebrating my little brother's birthday.
Aw. You deserve to be tired.
Something about myself. Um, I play two instruments. I play electric bass guitar and a double bass, the
Wow.
big instrument orchestra. Um, Similar to Micah, I want to be an automotive engineer.
Mm.
Okay.
And my favorite subject is history.
Is it somebody? Finally, that's mine too. History. I was just waiting for somebody to say history and English for me. Not that math, I
Yes.
could never get with that. Yeah. But that's wonderful. You young people sound so positive and on your way. And when I taught school at a high school, I realized I fell in love with teenagers all over again because I realized they're geniuses and they don't have to worry about paying bills or have their minds on anything else. All they have to think about is their grades and making good grades and making sure that they're on the right track for life. And so you guys got it going on. I'm proud of you.
Definitely.
Yeah, they are doing very great. They're even working with our parliamentary youth group, and so each of them hold a special role in order for us to be successful. Would any of you guys like to talk about you guys' roles that you picked?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am. The role that I picked. Sorry, am I still talking?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
yes, you're good, Xavier.
Because it said I muted. The role I picked was treasurer.
Treasure.
Let me find the information for it. I apologize.
So can you tell us? We can hear you now. Can you
Treasurer.
tell us again?
I monitor the club's money, help prepare and maintain the club budget, and report to
So
the
he's a treasurer.
board
Mm.
Okay.
at each meeting on status of the club. I picked the role treasurer and maintain the club budget to the board at each meeting on the status of my phone keeps cutting out. I apologize. What is
Oh, so you're the treasurer, and so you're learning when you say parliamentary club, it's learning the ins and outs of Robert's Rules of Order?
Correct.
Okay, great. Okay. And they're deep and heavy. Yeah. We know about those. Robert's Rules of Order. So there's a treasurer. Is any one of you all the president or vice president or secretary?
All right. So Micah is the president,
Okay.
and then his mentor for this process will be Miss Valencia, and then Kevon will be the vice president, and I'm going to be his mentor. Xavier is the treasurer, as he mentioned, and our assistant treasurer will be James, and then their mentor is going to be Miss Bree, and then Brianna is the secretary, and her mentor will be Miss Heaven.
Oh, okay. You know, the secretary, I've been secretary in a lot of boards. Come to find out, when I became the secretary, as important as the president is, it's the secretary that kind of runs everything, okay? Because whatever she writes
You are
down,
correct.
that's what happened, you know? So you can have your decision makers or your presidents to bring stuff, but it's the secretary that write. That's official stuff, you know. When you write that stuff down, hey,
She does the labor.
yeah, there you go. Very important. As well as the treasurer and as well as the president. Yeah, they all. Yeah.
Ms. Dace, you mentioned earlier that you were in the Air Force Reserve for 26 years. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is there anything that, from your experience in the Air Force, that you would like to share with some of our youth? Any maybe lessons, life lessons, or is there anything that you'd like to share from your experience?
Life lessons. Oh wow.
Or just words of motivation. It can be absolutely anything. Just something from your experience that you think that is important for these youth to hear.
I would definitely say, stay the course. I think having, also having more than one option as far as career path. When I decided to go into the Air Force, I was a college student at Central Missouri State University. I think it's UCM now, but it was Central Missouri State when I attended, and I wasn't thinking about going into the Air Force, but at that time, I was looking for ways to help kind of offset some of the tuition costs, and so that was my reason for going in there because recruiters were saying, hey, you can get benefits of the GI Bill, so that's what attracted me. But as you know, being in it 26 years, it has been beneficial in a lot of ways for me. I went in. I think I went in in '88 during the summer. I think it was my freshman sophomore year. I took that summer and went. I chose the admin career field, and I think somebody said I think there's civil engineering. When I came out of basic training, I was assigned to civil engineering squadron. That was my first at Richard Gabar's Air Force Base. So that was my first duty station. Enjoyed it, and then when I was expecting my son, I had a break. Well, Katrina happened, and so then I had a break in service because I was then at the 926 out of New Orleans, Louisiana. And so when Katrina happened, we were all kind of displaced. And I had just had my son. And so still living in Kansas City, I just kind of said, well, I don't know if I really want to continue with this. So I had been out of uniform for probably about 7 years. And then I started getting recruiters saying, hey, you've got so much time in. If you don't get to your 20, then you get no benefits after that. So I decided in 2011 to go ahead and go back in to get to my 20s. So, but I had to make up some time along the way. If any of the students here are thinking about, possibly join the military. I mean, there's 4 different branches. I would strongly say, consider it, even on a part-time basis. As Miss Diane, we both did the reserves. Uh, it's just a great opportunity, and you can couple it with what you're studying at college and things like
Yes,
that.
yes.
That would be that.
And you know what, Adrisi, I realized because I'm 5'1", right? But by the time I got out of basic training and got, really acclimated to, I realized that I was really 6 foot tall. I could do anything. Boy, talk about a confidence booster. I was doing stuff that I never would have imagined I could do, and because they walked you through and ensured that you did not fail. And it was such a blessing for me to experience that life. Yeah, I agree. Anybody that can do it, please.
Yeah. If you're undecided, what you want to do, especially at you guys' age. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're seniors in high schools.
Hmm.
If you're undecided, give it a try.
Give it a try. Yeah.
You do the reserves. I mean, you're looking at 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year. That's not a lot of time.
That's not a lot of time.
And it gives you flexibility. There's a lot of flexibility.
Would anyone like to talk about anything that is some of the projects that you guys are working on with the Smart Club, or what new are you guys doing? Or Xavier, do I recall,
So,
or I could be wrong, but no, I do want to hear more. I do want to hear about what is going on with you guys, and we will be coming up to our halfway point here in just a few. But am I correct, Xavier? Did you go on a concert recently?
Um, are you saying like recently in the school year or recently in like the past
I
months?
think since we last talked, weren't you going to play? I could be wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong.
Um, I believe last time we speak that was before my Branson trip, I believe, because we had our Branson trip and then we had a trip to Lee Summit North to where we played in front of all the seniors. Yes, recently my trip to Branson, we scored all superiors, so all ones, highest ranking you can get in a
Ah.
whole nother area. We beat out 17 other schools,
Oh, that's great.
and
Congratulations.
Wow.
we have earned all superiors all year. So we are the best orchestra in the summit.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Now, really quick before I'm going to go ahead and do our break announcement really quick, because now I want to hear about some of the things that you guys are doing with the youth. It is time to remind
okay, so,
It is
oh,
time to remind our 7th through 8th grade students that you can win a monetary award from our sponsoring organization. Yes, we do say organization, on purpose, with purpose, Stoots for Boots. Your essay title will be Heroes You Know You Didn't Know Were Heroes. Your contents will identify a veteran at your school who can be absolutely anyone, a teacher, custodian, cafeteria worker, anyone. If your essay is chosen and submitted by an adult who gives you permission to read it on this Waive Your Grades program, you will be awarded a monetary prize. For entry or inquiry, please send an email to stootsforboots@gmail.com. That is stootsforboots@gmail.com. Stootsforboots@gmail.com. Now, I can go ahead and let you speak and tell us about what you guys have going on.
okay, so right now, most of our students were seniors in high school, except for Xavier. He's getting ready to be a freshman. Um, so we're trying to make sure we do a project with each student that pretty much goes towards their career path. We have some of our ACT prep that's supposed to come around, make sure we get our scholarship stuff in order, and then just make sure the students are pretty much set and know what they're going into or what they would like to go into, lead them in the right direction. Excuse me.
Do any of our youth that are with us today have any questions for either Miss Diane or Miss Dace?
Adrisi, it's okay.
Feel free. You can ask them almost anything.
Miss Brianna, would you like to ask them any questions?
Got a question for them.
I was going to say, of course.
We asked a question for me.
For either of our
Our
in
two
studio
speakers.
guests. So both of our in studio guests, maybe, well, actually, it would be fair to some of our list, to our youth, that maybe you guys tell them about yourselves again. Many of them did join us a little late, so they really didn't get to hear your introduction about who you are. So, Diane, you can go first.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. My name is Diane Charity. Charity like in faith and hope. They call me Mama Di. I am the co-founder and board secretary for KC Tenants. I'm also on the board of Crossroads Charter School, and for Stutes for Boots. I'm on that board, been on that one for several years now, and that's my pleasure. I was in the Army Reserves as a military police officer, the 415th Military Police Battalion, and that was, I did 7 years right after the Vietnam War, so it's been a minute. Miss Adrisi?
Hello, my name is Adrisi Days. I am also currently now a veteran. I uh, was in the United States Air Force Reserves. I joined back in May of '88. I'm dating myself. Uh, I My enlistment just turned last July. Put me at roughly about 26 years of service. Um, I started my career at Richard Bars Air Force Base in civil engineering. I concluded my Air Force career at Scott Air Force Base at 18 Air Force, which is one of the largest numbered Air Force uh, divisions within the Air Force. And I'm also a real estate agent. So I work with buyers and sellers. I love working with first-time home buyers. I also work with investors and also my veterans. So if any of the students is, looking along either of those career paths, whether it's going into the service, the military, or looking at maybe going into real estate, you know.
Or community activism. That's what I'm into.
Yeah, or community activism,
Yeah.
yes.
Ask us anything.
You know, Diane, you're very modest, and I can appreciate you, and I love you dearly. But why don't you tell them a little bit about what you actually do in the community? I mean, I know we don't have time for you to go over everything, but if you could just tell them a little bit about what you do in this community that we call Kansas City.
Okay, well, you.
Did I put you on the spot?
Yeah, because you're right. I'm always doing something. People say, "Well, you're so busy," But what my real pride and joy, after working for a group called Project Neighborhood, working for the city and city planning, and working different areas that made me realize that all of us are citizens and we're all first class citizens. I want us to realize that. And we're first class citizens because we pay taxes, okay? And we vote. So make sure you get registered to vote, by the way. Everybody, well, Xavier will be on his way too. But, but because we are that, we need to exercise every right that we have. In my home experience, I'm from New York City originally, but my experience has been that I was always encouraged by friends and things. Buy a house. You need to buy a house. Have the American dream. Well, that's not my idea of the American dream, okay? That's a nightmare for me. I'm allergic to grass, can't cut the grass. I don't fix plumbing. So for me, my American dream was to be in a place that I could afford and that where the people came and did the maintenance. That's cool for me. Yeah, I don't mind anything differently. Yeah. So in as much as I like that, for 40 years I've been pushing for, especially for African American females, to know their right. I don't know rights, I should say, plural. The average person that gets evicted in Kansas City, Missouri, is a 49-year-old black woman. And the data shows that folks that get evicted live east of Troost Avenue. So I went to work along with my co-founders to make that change. What we found out was that was one of the problems because we didn't know. Not only me as a black female, but as an African American person. I mean, a lot of people don't know their rights. So why not let everybody know the good news? We've got a bunch of rights. So that's why I've been in this fight for 5 years now on this particular front. But yeah, I've done a few other things that Quay. What do you want to ask me? And it's been fun. I don't know what I do with that. Oh, I do want to tell you this. The reason I got in this fight, when my son was 14 years old, he was walking down the street. We lived in Parade Park. And some kids came along and shot him in the stomach and almost killed him. And I had one of my relatives call me and said, "Oh my God, Diane, I know you're moving out of that neighborhood. You got to move. It's too dangerous." I said, "Yeah, you're right. I'm moving to the moon. I can't move to the moon. I ain't moving nowhere. I'm going to stay right here and I'm going to fight, fight, fight." I've been fighting ever since. I am blessed because my son is still with me. And that was 40-some years ago, and but he still has a bullet in him. But he is helping me along my fight. So we're fighting together, and that makes me most proud.
Does anyone else have any questions? Is there anything else that someone else may want to know?
I do have a question. I have a question. Because you were talking about our rights, and I feel like a lot of younger people, especially, don't feel like they aren't interested in voting. They aren't interested in politics. Um, a lot of them feel like our vote doesn't really matter because of the electoral college and all these things. So, what advice do you have for young people, and just what to let them know, one, the importance of exercising our rights, but also just getting interested in politics, because the world is so crazy out here. So it it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just daunting to look, just to think about. But maybe give us some advice on how to really get into that world and in that space, and how to educate ourselves so we know when we go to those polls, we're going intentionally, and we're going because our voice does matter. So
Exactly.
any advice?
Oh, you're awesome. As a matter of fact, and I want to address that word politics. And if you look up the original in Latin, poly stands for people, and ticks is not the little tick that you get a bite from, but ticks stands for talk. So it's just a bunch of people talking, okay? So when you say, "Oh, I don't like politics," well, it's just a bunch of people talk. But are we making a difference? And you're right. The activity of getting involved, to knowing that that one vote that you may take, like, well, before your parents were probably even born, but John Kennedy won his presidency by one vote per district. And if that one person hadn't gone in there and voted in each district throughout the United States, he would not have been president. That made me take it very seriously. But when we think about politics, all politics, I think, are local. It's a local thing. It's you can go and access your city councilman. You can go and talk to your state representative. They represent you, you know, and they're only supposed to say what you tell them to say, not the other way around. We've been taught for so long that, oh well, whatever they say, that's what we have to do. No, Casey Tenants has gotten laws changed here in Kansas City. Just the Tenant Bill of Rights, the things that we have been able to do because we demanded it of our local government. And even the right to counsel, where you are now able, if you are unfortunate enough to be evicted, you get a free lawyer. They never had that in Kansas City before, but now we set it up where you get a free lawyer to talk to the judge, like the landlord has a lawyer, and that's why they always win. But we have a lawyer now. We have won 911 cases of eviction cases out of 1,000 that went before the eviction court just in the past 2 years. So that's such a blessing that we're able to do that. But in those tenant bill of rights, and a lot of people don't know, the landlord, it's illegal for him to harass you, or to scare you into think that you're getting evicted. They can't. You got to go through some steps. So it's that kind of stuff that us as people, we don't know. And so I'm trying to, matter of fact, East of Truth and anybody east of Truth, we want to get you all involved in KC tenants, because it's young people that are going to make the difference in this holla, in this fight. They're the ones that we have, like I said, 10,000 people in our union, but we need more Kansas City people east of Truth. If that's a coded message, that means black folks. So come on and join us. I don't care if you live in Lee Summit. Come on. Oh, my nephew went to high school out there too. Lee Summit North. It's awesome.
I do have a question do we have any of our 18-year-olds on, or will be 18 by the time it's time to vote?
Oh, they will be 18. They're going in.
Rihanna
Are
turned
any of the
19
18-year-olds
recently.
already registered to vote?
Yeah.
Have any of the 18-year-olds registered?
Yeah. So has she registered yet, Mr. Micah? Are you aware?
I don't think so. Not yet, at least.
So I believe the date we have is, I think it's July 10th. I think you have until July 10th to get registered. Definitely double check me on that. But so we can have a lot more people come out, show out. And we have to have people who look like us to pull some
That's right.
stuff,
And
do
that's
some
just
changes from the inside
for
out.
the August vote. Yeah, but there's going to be a vote in November. That's the presidential vote, and you got much more time to register to vote for that. But you're not a second-class citizen. You're a first-class citizen, and this is the way we prove it.
And I would like to add, for those of you for the young people who say they don't have an interest in politics, I would urge you to get interested in politics, because politics is happening regardless. It's happening all around you. It's happening. It plays into every part of your life, every part of your being. From the roads that we have in our communities, the schools, the things that our students need. Mm-hmm. Politics it's already happening. So get involved, start to learn, educate yourself more, because it's going to happen. It's happening you're either sitting on the sideline,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or you're in the game, or you're trying to figure out what's happening.
Might as well get in the game, and that's one of our sayings is KC tenants fight, 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 and that's what we do. We fight for our right to be heard, and young people especially who are so important to us. You're not our future. You are our present.
Yeah, and
You know,
you gotta have a seat at the table.
gotta have a seat at the table.
You gotta pull a chair up to that table.
That's right. Or like Fannie Lou Hamer said, or was that Fannie Lou, or one of them said,
Yeah.
or take the table away from them and
Exactly.
have your own picnic table. But
And it's those local elections that
hmm
that that carry the most weight.
That's right. That's
A
right.
lot of times we're thinking about the presidential. It's those local elections. It's moving those players. Those if they're not working on your behalf, they gotta. It's time for them to go.
Yeah,
Move them out, move somebody else in.
that's right. That's right. It's for the mayor, the city council, Jackson
All the way
County,
down.
all
Exactly.
up, dog catcher. Vote for that one if you can. But vote, and it is important.
Maybe some of our students and leaders can tell us about some of their upcoming summer plans.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll start it off. For me, myself, some of my upcoming summer plans consist of a lot of sports. My son is playing football and he is on a traveling team. Same with my daughter, and she's on track. So, seems to be a very sporty year. So, sporty summer we're going into. How about you, Mr. Xavier? Oh, Mike is gonna go. I lied.
Okay. Well, I've been working since summer started. So my plans for summer is work. and but my plan for going into my senior year, I got mostly all my credits, so I don't think I'm have like a full schedule. But I wanna this year I'll be studying and learning about colleges that interest me and align with my career interests and working.
I know that's right. Good for you, Micah.
What are you wanting to major? Uh, is the plan to go
Well,
off to college? Is that your plan?
I wanna be a mechanical engineer, but I also wanna
Okay.
take entrepreneurship classes to start my own business. I took I think it was my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
I took an entrepreneurship class, and I already my teacher he we made our business plan. So now I want to learn more about it because I want to open my own gym. And
Ah,
yeah,
So like something similar to like a 24-hour fitness, something like that.
yes.
wow.
And
Yes.
so do you want to be a fitness trainer, or you just excuse me, you just want to have a building with a gym in it? What?
I won't. I guess I would say both.
So
I could be a trainer, but I also want to open a place to where people could come and work out and buy a membership,
Uh-huh.
like kind of like Planet Fitness, but still have like personal training classes.
okay. So you're
Yeah.
kind of walking down that real estate aisle. and so you want to own that building. You want to
Yeah.
buy those buildings, because you can have a gym in one section of it. You can section it out and you can lease out.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Have like uh one section with the training class, and then you got another section with the gym and then maybe another one to where like you could like relax in the pool,
Yeah, you can have
and
like
yeah.
a pop up coffee shop,
Hmm.
or something like that. You know.
Or I know a guy that even has a beauty salon. Different ladies rent
Mhm.
out a smaller portion and they
Mhm.
braid hair in his part.
Yes.
But he's got the workout room. He's got the
Yeah.
gym. Yeah. Oh man, that
So
sounds great.
so be the owner and the landlord.
Yeah.
Oh wow, being a mechanical engineer,
Yeah.
cause as a kid, um, I like I used to build a lot, like
Mhm.
take down like stuff and build it. And last year, sophomore year, I used to go to Operation Breakthrough, and I built a Vex robot, and
Oh
I
wow.
helped my teacher build. I think it's called an FC robot, and that really like made me more interested in engineering because he was a mechanical engineer.
Okay.
Oh, wow. And so you built a robot.
Hmm. I
Man.
don't. I don't think I took it home with me. I think I left it there. But if I'm pretty sure if I was to go to Operation Breakthrough, my robots that I built will still be there.
Still be there?
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. I have to stop in through there and look for Xavier's robots. Xavier or Micah? Which one?
Xavier's the one that's
Micah.
a freshman. He's gonna be a
Oh
freshman
yeah,
at
that's
North
right.
at Lee Summit North. Is
This,
that
yeah, but the robot guy, that
robotics? So he's doing kind of like robotics, or is that kind of the same?
And I learned coding too. I
oh,
know
and
how
you
to
learn
Oh,
code.
coding.
okay.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, you're a man for all seasons.
So does that fall under the robotics that
Yes, cause you
are you?
code the robot to like move and do certain stuff, and then you put it together,
Mm-hmm.
and then the only way for the robot to move and do actions is if you code it to.
Oh.
Okay.
And got one coding website we platform we use. It's called Scratch, and then I think another one was Code.org. But yeah,
Hmm.
we learned coding and building. The class was called robotics and coding
Okay.
and mechatronics. But yeah, I learned coding and building robots.
Do you compete? Because if I'm not mistaken, some of the robotics have competitions and stuff like that. Are you?
Hmm.
Yeah, there was competitions. I never competed though, cause well, I think it was after school, but I was busy after school, so
Yeah.
I never competed. But my teacher,
You gotta
he
get
he
involved. You
did
gotta do
compete,
that.
or he went to the competitions.
We are
And he
almost.
would show me the competitions, and I forgot what one of them was called, but it was basically like robots fighting each other.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was one of
We
the
only
competitions, and he would show me
Jeez.
videos and all that.
we only have a couple minutes left, so let's give. I know Miss Heaven wanted to say something. Uh, give another person an opportunity, or any last words that you just want to make sure you get out there that you don't want to walk away without saying before we come to the close of our show. Miss Heaven, you want to go ahead and tell us about any plans you have for the summer?
Yeah, so I plans I have for the summer. Well, I do have my marketing business that I'm trying to get up off the ground and running, as well as a podcast that I want to do as well. It'll be called A Slice of Heaven. So, I was actually thinking about going to KUAW. I might have to talk to Mr. Boyd about something. You know, I might need to use that thing there.
Yeah.
But
I think he can put you in touch
yes,
with the right people.
right, right. So those two things for sure. I'm still in school. I'm still trying to get my bachelor's, so I want to complete that this summer. Um, so I have a lot of things I'm working on, but one step at a time, one day at a time. Yes, yes,
Okay.
Sounds great.
I did.
Xavier, you have any plans for the upcoming summer?
Any plans for the summer?
Yes.
Besides swimming and extracurricular things like learning, community service, things like that I do with my father.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Miss
That's a
Riri,
lot.
that is a lot. Miss Riri, is there anything you'd like to share?
Not really, just trying to work. I've been waiting on some stuff, but it's taking too long. So Tuesday, I'm supposed to go to the school and do this Boss of the Seven summer workshop. So I will do that on Tuesday.
Okay.
Well, we only have a couple minutes left, and Mr. Walker is in the room. And usually, when he is, what does Carl have us do? Have him tell us the ways that they can find us on find all of the shows that air on KUAW.
Well, good evening, and we'd like to thank everyone for joining us on KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And tell your friends about it. Like and share the page. You can pick us up on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can also get us on the audio side 24 hours a day where we play old school music, blues, smooth jazz. If you have the TuneIn app on your phone, you can also pick us up on Get Me Radio, on my online radio bot, and mytuner.com. And if you have a smart speaker like an Amazon or Google, tell it to play KUAW, and we'll come up on that. You can also pick us up on Roku and on Apple Fire Sticks. So we're just glad that you're listening and continue to listen to this show and many others on KUAW Radio.
So with that said, we have come to the end of our show. It has been a good show. It's been a little bit trying, but it's been a great show. I would like to thank everyone, our listeners, our guests in studio and online, for joining us on your Stoots for Boots Wave Your Grades program. We do come to you live every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time from the WEB Du Bois Learning Center. I am your announcer, DeQuay Wilson, and in Carl's absence, I will go ahead and read his morning message. To students across the USA, your Stoots for Boots message for this day, July 6th. America needs your student power. We should never lag behind. We can take the lead with deliberate speed by the power of your minds. To students across the USA, your Stoots for Boots message for this day, July 6th. America needs your student power. We should never lag behind. We can take the lead with deliberate speed by the power of your minds. We've had a wonderful set of guests today. We've had a wonderful show. With that being said, thank you all for joining us. Have a safe day.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.